The young and the restless spoilers shock the heartbreaking loss of Eric Breaden's home and memories. Eric Breaden, a beloved figure known for his resilience and grace, has recently faced a series of devastating events that have taken a severe toll on his health. At over 80 years old, Eric has been a beacon of strength for his family and admirers alike, but the latest blow, a catastrophic fire that completely destroyed his home of 45 years, has left him deeply shaken. Eric was hospitalized shortly after the tragic news, as the weight of loss became too much for him to bear. The home, which had been a sanctuary for his family, held decades of cherished memories. It wasn't just a structure of bricks and wood, it was the heart of his life, the place where he had raised his children, celebrated milestones, and dreamed of returning to after his work was done. A lifetime of memories. In a heartfelt conversation from his hospital bed, Eric reflected on the irreplaceable memories that had been tied to the home. His voice trembled as he recounted the joy of seeing his children take their first steps in the living room, the laughter that echoed during family gatherings, and the quiet evenings spent on the porch watching the sun dip below the horizon. That house was more than just walls and a roof, Eric said. It was where life happened, where I watched my children grow, where we laughed, cried, and loved. It was my refuge. He vividly remembered the first time he and his wife stepped into the house all those years ago. It was a modest place, but it had an aura of warmth that made it feel like home immediately. Over the years, they poured their hearts into making it their own, filling it with family photographs, heirlooms, and countless stories that turned it into a place of unparalleled significance. A tragic turn: the fire that consumed Eric's home was part of a larger blaze that swept through the area, leaving devastation in its wake. Despite the efforts of firefighters, the house could not be saved. Eric and his family were unharmed, but the emotional impact of losing such a significant part of their lives has been immense. When they told me the house was gone, Eric shared, it felt like a piece of me had been ripped away. It's not just the loss of the house, it's the loss of a part of my identity, a part of my history. At his age, Eric had already experienced his fair share of hardships, but this loss struck differently. It wasn't just about the material possessions or the physical space, it was about the life he had built there, the memories that were now reduced to ashes. Finding strength amid the pain despite the enormity of the loss, Eric has shown remarkable resilience in his outlook. Though visibly shaken and weakened by the ordeal, he remains grateful for the safety of his family. Pain comes and goes, he said softly, but as long as we're alive and together, we have a chance to rebuild. That's what matters most. His words were a reminder of the importance of perspective, even in the face of profound sorrow. For Eric, the fire has served as a stark lesson about the fragility of life and the strength that comes from holding on to what truly matters. But even with this optimistic mindset, the emotional and physical toll on Eric has been significant. At his age, the ability to recover from such trauma is not as strong as it once was. Family members have expressed deep concern about his health, noting that the stress has compounded the challenges he was already facing. The road ahead as Eric begins the slow process of recovery, both emotionally and physically, his family and friends have rallied around him to provide support. They've started discussing ways to honor the memories of the house while helping Eric find a new place to call home. For them, the priority is to ensure that Eric feels surrounded by love and care during this difficult time. His eldest son, speaking on behalf of the family, said, "We've lost a lot, but we haven't lost each other. Dad has always been the strongest person I know, and we'll be here for him, just like he's always been there for us." For Eric, the journey ahead will be about finding new ways to cherish the past while building a future that still holds meaning. He remains hopeful, even in the shadow of loss, that brighter days are still possible. A legacy of resilience. Eric Breaden's story is one of heartbreak and resilience, a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure even in the face of unimaginable loss. Though the fire has taken away a part of his life, it has not extinguished his determination to carry on. For Eric, the memories of his home will always remain in his heart, a source of strength and comfort as he faces the challenges ahead. At over 80 years old, Eric's endurance has inspired many. His loss is a reminder of the impermanence of material things and the enduring value of love, family, and the memories we hold dear. As he recovers, his story will no doubt continue to be a source of inspiration for all who hear it. A nation stands with Eric Breaden and others affected by the devastating fires. As news of the devastating fire that destroyed Eric Breaden's home spread, fans and supporters from around the world poured out their hearts. Messages of sympathy and encouragement flooded social media, with many urging Eric and his family to stay strong and not let this tragedy define them. For a man who has inspired millions over the years, this outpouring of love is a testament to the deep connection he shares with his admirers. "Stay strong, Eric," one fan wrote. "You've faced so much in your life with courage, and we know you'll get through this too." Another echoed the sentiment, "Don't give up. This is just one more challenge in a life full of victories. We're all behind you." A national tragedy. The fire that destroyed Eric's home was not an isolated incident but part of a catastrophic series of wildfires that have wreaked havoc across the country. Entire communities have been reduced to ashes, leaving millions homeless and causing economic losses estimated to be in the hundreds of billions of dollars. The sheer scale of the destruction has left the nation reeling, as stories of personal loss and heartbreak continue to emerge. Emergency services have been working around the clock to battle the blazes, but the scale and intensity of the fires have made containment a monumental challenge. Fueled by strong winds and dry conditions, the fires have spread at an alarming rate, leaving little time for residents to evacuate. "This is one of the worst disasters we've ever faced," said a spokesperson for the emergency response team. "Our hearts go out to everyone affected. We are doing everything in our power to bring these fires under control, but the conditions are making it incredibly difficult." Can we stop the fires? The question on everyone's mind is simple but urgent: how can we stop these fires? Experts point to several key factors that contribute to the difficulty of controlling wildfires of this magnitude. Extreme weather conditions, prolonged droughts, high temperatures, and strong winds have created a perfect storm for wildfires. Climate change has exacerbated these conditions, making them more frequent and severe. Limited resources. While firefighters and emergency responders are doing their best, the sheer scale of the fires has stretched resources thin. Aircraft, water, and manpower are in high demand but short supply. Rapid spread. The fires are moving faster than ever, often overwhelming containment efforts before they can be fully established. Potential solutions. Despite these challenges, experts and officials are exploring every possible avenue to combat the fires and prevent similar disasters in the future. Some of the strategies being implemented or proposed include aerial suppression. Water-dropping aircraft and fire retardants are being deployed in large numbers to slow the advance of the flames. However, their effectiveness is limited in areas with strong winds or rugged terrain. Controlled burns. Preemptively burning vegetation in controlled environments can reduce the amount of fuel available to wildfires. While effective, this strategy requires careful planning and timing. Fire breaks. Large clearings are being created to stop the spread of the fire. These breaks act as barriers, but constructing them in time is a significant challenge. Community preparedness. Educating residents on evacuation procedures and fire safety is crucial. Early warning systems and better infrastructure can save lives and reduce damage. Long-term climate action. Many experts argue that addressing climate change is the only way to truly prevent future disasters of this scale. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions and investing in renewable energy sources could mitigate the extreme weather conditions that fuel wildfires. Hope amid despair. While the situation is dire, the resilience and solidarity shown by the nation offer a glimmer of hope. Communities are coming together to support one another, and donations are pouring in to help those who have lost everything. Volunteers are working tirelessly to provide shelter, food, and emotional support to those displaced by the fires. Eric Breaden himself, despite his personal loss, has expressed gratitude for the support he has received. "I've lost my home, but I haven't lost my faith in people," he said in a recent statement. "We will rebuild, not just my home, but our communities, our lives." Moving forward as the nation grapples with this tragedy, the focus remains on two things: stopping the fires and helping those affected rebuild their lives. For Eric Breaden and millions of others, the road ahead will be long and filled with challenges. But with the strength of a united community and the determination to overcome, recovery is not just a hope, it's a promise.